Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Anyways Moving Forward with Libni, where we talk about life, self love, self work, and anything that might help you move forward in business, in your relationship, as a parent, or wherever you are in your life right now. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Anyway Moving Forward. And today I have the utmost honor and privilege to be having this special, and I say special in a very special way because before I introduce him to you, he's one of the best. Parang he has already made a name here in the Philippines and has helped so much lives na transform, no? And he's the OG of all these mga OG.
I love that. OG.
OGs, no, in this work. And I really admire this person because as what I've mentioned sa kanya, no, he was my first mentor na I didn't realize until I told you kasi my dad was into personal development and he was the one who guided me through the processes when you first had your program. So it's very exciting. And then I had also the honor, parang full circle moment. A year ago, I went to one of his experiences where I really had my own personal breakthrough, where I also had realized a lot of things. So it is an honor and a privilege to have this space with the one and only Russ Juson.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Yeah, ibanat ko talaga siya. And
Yes.
to all of the people who's listening to this podcast, alam niyo naman how deep I can go. So hopefully, I can excavate some more
Yeah,
than
please.
what he's speaking, no, in a very deeper sense. All right. So before we begin, Tito,
Yes.
introduce yourself to everyone. I have my own audience of people who doesn't know you yet. Who are you and what do you
Right.
do? No.
The name is Russ Juson, and I'm 54 years old. And what I do, anything, nothing, everything.
Yeah, everything.
I don't want to define myself as a coach because not the place. I don't want to be a
Amen.
coach.
Yeah.
I don't want to define myself as a mentor because again, sometimes I don't want to mentor. So, entrepreneur it's a role that I do. So I do a lot of things all together.
Yeah.
And I just love sharing the good
Living.
news
Yeah.
that there's a new world that's going on. And if your life is not happening the way you want it to be and you're forcing things, I'm telling you, you're living in the old earth. And the new earth is right now here. And maybe my job here is just to spread the awareness, the good news that when you want to just live a life where it is just ease and
Yeah.
flow, you don't have to work hard.
I love that. Yeah.
Just be in a space of full alignment. And that's where the magic comes in.
See, madami na akong masasabi sa mga sinabi niya ngayon. And it's a very interesting topic because in a world full of hustle, Tito, and you speak a lot about the new world,
Yep.
not everybody has an idea what that is. So can you speak more about what the new world is?
Like there's an evolution of humanity. Right? There's a new generation. Right? And there is also an evolution of organization.
Yeah.
But the consciousness of humanity has not evolved. It has still stuck in the old world called the 3D world. It's a three-dimensional world wherein everything is form, everything is
in a
hustle,
box.
everything is pressure, everything is, this is the way it should be. And the old world is still stuck with, my happiness is dependent on how much income I have.
Correct.
My success is dependent on how much followers I have. While chasing all of these things that we were all told to be happy and excited and live life fully, we lose out of the game called life. And no matter how much we push, how come it's not happening? Because, ladies and gentlemen, there's a new world that's going on. It's called the 5D, the 5 dimensions. It's a consciousness that I believe that believes about frequency, energy, vibration.
100%.
And for me, it's just consciousness, awareness, but above all, it's spirituality.
Of course, I love that. And of course, you wouldn't be able to say that if you haven't really gone through the experience. So how did you transcend with this knowledge and how did you come about this new age and the 5D? Like what happened in between and how did you have this awareness?
Yeah, I think I live my life just constantly in a never-ending position of how can I do more? How can I have more? How can I do more? So can you imagine from age 21, starting with zero, with nothing, feeling nobody, feeling no one, and I stumbled upon personal development. And that's where I realized that if you don't like what you see in the mirror, develop it.
Yeah.
If you don't like how much you're earning, develop you.
Yeah.
If you don't like your world, change it. And that's where I realized that at age 21, I was so blessed because I was already introduced the most important part of humanity is what we call personal development.
Personal, yeah.
So I developed myself really well. Would you believe before I cannot even speak 5 straight standardized English? Right? Would you believe at 54 right now, I see myself in the mirror like, wow, who is this man? I love this man. Versus when I was 21, shit, this is so ugly. So all of these things that allowed me to live a life wherein I was able to create the life that I want. Starting my career as a promodizer, I became a salesman. After 15 years from a promodizer / janitor, I was able to create the most successful career and money. But little did I know it allowed me to get myself into losing myself, forgetting about me because it was all about money, money, money. Nothing wrong.
Yes.
Except I felt so deeply in a space wherein I felt nobody.
Yeah.
In spite of achieving all of these things,
Yeah.
and it's not really working for me.
Yeah.
And at the lowest point of my life, okay, I got myself into a 2.0 personal development, which is personal mastery. The personal development is developing myself so I can achieve external things.
Yes.
At little did I realize that personal mastery is developing my inner world. So whether I have all of these external things, when I'm happy and perfect and whole in my inner world, even if I don't do anything external, when I'm just in full alignment of who I am, then the external world will just follow.
Correct.
So it was 2007, that was 17 years ago, that I started my inner world journey.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you started in early, no, and that's when it journeyed. And I agree because nga in the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you have to start with the survival first. And once you finish that, given na you weren't really blessed with the physical things, you have to achieve that experience of having the physical things. And now that you had it, which I know a lot of people are experiencing, no, they felt the emptiness because then they realized that this is not it. Yun nga lang yung sabi mo nga na it's a different version na naman of what they're working through, the inner work naman. And this is where you come in, we come in, so that we can support them in this process din and evolution, di ba, Tito?
Yeah, and I think the scariest part right now that 99% of people who I know who have made it in their financial world, it's either they're miserable, they're in a space of stress and anxiety, or they're bored with their life. Simply because, sabi ko nga, if money is just a measure of your wealth, or if money was not the measure of wealth, how wealthy are you?
Correct.
And most of the people who I know have all this money in the world, if you take away money in their life, they're so broke.
100%.
So what is this telling us right now?
Yeah. And I do believe that we weren't really taught how to master ourselves until someone else showed us.
By accident.
Or, diba, Tito? Or, if ever, people go through life experiences, they have to pay for time for them to gain the wisdom, for them to realize na, okay, I have to experience all these contrasts for me to go back to self. Parang
Exactly.
ganun, diba?
I think in life, you learn in two things. No? One is what we call kensho. You learn through pain. You learn through hardship. Okay? And then saturai, instant awakening. That maybe somebody showed up in your life and you see it's like, wow. Then it's an instant awakening. Or, just like what happened to me, I attended a seminar and that's where I realized, oh my God, the reason why I am where I am is because this is my world, not knowing there's another world that I can play with. which is my inner world.
Correct.
I would always say my inner world will always dictate my outer world, except
Correct.
that we were never taught that there's an inner world that we need to start working with.
Yes, exactly. And also, adding on to that, Tito, that's the reason why you put yourself out of the out of that box that you are always living in, just like how you do it, how we do it. We go outside of that box and learn from someone who knows better than us. Kasi diba, if you know everything, you absolutely know nothing. And people forget to realize that the way to live life fully is to be empty all the time and to be a continuous student of life and be willing to not know anything so that you can absorb things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think if you ask me what's my work, only three things. Number one, to empty my cup and grow as much as I can.
Yeah.
And just be in a continuous, never-ending search of awareness, getting to know more of who I am. And the way you express that is number two, being open to brand new experiences. Meaning being able to just, meet as many people as you can, connect to people, go to places you've never been, eat the food that you don't even imagine it's existing right now. But above all, the reason why I want to grow and experience life is because I want to give it away.
Yeah.
It's in a space of contribution. So which means when I make my life about contribution, and the way I contribute in a big way is to transform myself through the growth and the experience that I have, I think that's where the abundance comes in. Let's be real. Okay? I want to be spiritual, kind, compassionate, and above all, with a lot of money. You
Yeah.
can have all this together when you just understand that your only job here is to be in a constant, never-ending transformation
Yeah.
from within.
Agree. And I also believe that money is the byproduct of the work
It is.
that you do inside.
It is.
Yeah.
Money is never about money, but it is just a result,
Yeah. In physical form.
in physical form of the energy that I carry around. That's why it's called currency.
Yeah.
It has to flow out for it to flow in. Kaya pala walang to-flow in kasi walang to-flow out.
Correct. People are so afraid to give, forgetting that the reason they have that energy is to share para bumalik sa kanila. I love this conversation so much. Anyway, Tito, with where you are right now, like what's the vision that you have, not for anyone, but for yourself? Like, where are you going?
Personally, I don't see a clear vision of how I want it to be. But instead, I live my life with a calling. And the calling really is healing humanity's wounds through love-infused world of transformation. So which means I am not okay that I'm the only one who's really living a joyful, happy, blissful, big life. And yet I see a lot of people suffering.
Yeah.
So my life work right now is to really help people heal themselves through love.
Yeah.
That we want to spread love all over.
Yeah.
And I think the opposite of love is not hate. Why people are in a state of hate is because they're afraid. It's the fear.
Fear.
It's the program of the world coming from scarcity. And the reason why people fight with one another is because there's always a limitation of thinking that not everything is available. But in the end, we know that our source or our God is a God of abundance. And therefore, our job here is just to connect to that source, to connect to that abundance. And when you're connected to the abundance, it will just flow through and through. Siksik, liglig, umaapaw.
Yeah. And I'm just wondering, with what you're doing now, I know everybody has a hugot, no? What is your why?
My big why really is seeing a lot of people who deserve all the blessings in life, and it's not happening simply because, again, the way people think. And because I went through that, I overcame it, and now I made it to myself as a moral, spiritual obligation to just really bless the world with this message. And the clear picture I want to see is hopefully in my lifetime. Hopefully, I live more than 150 years. Lord, please. Philippines, first world country.
Yeah.
Which means, they believe that Filipinos, we have world-class talent.
Oo naman, yeah.
But how come our results are not world-class? Because the way we think,
100%, yeah.
it's still stuck in the old Filipino way.
Yes, I agree.
Kawawa ako, wala akong magagawa, ito lang ako. And we forgot about who we are, dakilang lahi. Pinagpala ng Panginoon, and yet we don't believe that because we still believe that we're still stuck as a victim in the world rather than I take full responsibility with my life.
So do you have, now that we're talking about it, like regarding the vision, so does the vision include Philippines being number one?
Not really number one, but it's simple. I put it in the word, no? Bawat Pinoy masaya. Bawat Pinoy masagana. Bawat Pinoy mapayapa. Bawat Pinoy malaya.
Yeah.
So it's a never-ending work in progress because I see it as something that I'm going to do for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Because hopefully to see a better Philippines, first world country, hindi tayo mahirap.
Correct.
We are a nation super rich. I don't accept that our mindset is.
I agree. Yeah. And also, yun din nang naging reason ko why I do this work is because when I went out of the country to do my trainings and etc., I saw how abundant they were outside. And then sabi ko, it's so unfair that the Philippines is not experiencing this. Na magaling, for me, mas magaling, talented talaga tayo. I can say that. However, sabi ko, like, the mindset is not giving. And I was looking at my kids. Parang sabi ko, if I don't change, my kids will also follow this path. And that's why nga, I keep on doing it. Because I wanted to share that there's more than what we have right now. So I'm wondering, Tito, with the many people that you have served, especially here in the Philippines, like what's that one thing that is actually blocking or stopping us, the Filipino, from getting towards that number one mindset?
I still think it's the root cause of all of this is really still living in a mindset wherein everything is scarce, everything is not available. You can only be successful if you have a degree.
Correct. Labels.
And if you have a degree, you have to work hard to be successful. Versus taking a look at on playing a game wherein look at it as a transformational game.
Yes.
Rather than a game that a lot of people play that is transactional. What do I mean by this? Okay, so I always work with with people, and they would always say, "What would I give my best to my work when I'm only given minimum wage?" And I'm telling you, you have to be grateful because somebody is willing to pay you minimum wage. And that is a golden opportunity for you to give it all of who you are. Because you're given opportunity, but the moment you start to think about transformation, what does it mean? Yes, this is the work that I do. However, when I start giving all of who I am, this can be a new start for you to be number one, promoted in your company. But if your company is not looking for expansion and you have no place to be promoted, then you'll be pirated. Either or you're a winner here. Except that we're just looking into the minimum wage. Now, here's the thing. The new type of business owners right now, and I can safely say, the new startup, especially the millennials and the Gen Z, their way of thinking, they're putting up business is not because they just don't want money for them. They want prosperity for everyone. So which means there are a lot of entrepreneurs right now that I know that all they want is for everyone who's serving them, who's supporting them, will also have the same amount of prosperity, except the way we give ourselves is not based on that. Because this is one thing I know. And one thing that got me with so much blessing in my life with my finances, because I understand that all of the things that I do was actually a preparation.
Yes.
To all the partnerships.
Yes.
So right now, I have several billions company. I did not put it up. I am not the founder. But somehow, I have 5% share, 20% share, 25% share, simply because when we now start to discuss, when I gave it all, I gave it as if it's everything.
Correct.
And here's the thing, if this businessman, okay, if this business owner that I serve is not gonna pay me back, okay lang. Ask me
Yeah.
why.
Why dito?
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
It's very fair. So which means I'm a giver and I give unconditionally. And if you don't give me back, it doesn't matter. Ask me why.
100%. Why?
Because if I am expecting it from you, you're limited. You're not as limitless as my creator. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
But here's the thing, Filipino mindset, transactional.
Correct.
If you give me this, I give you this.
Correct.
No, for me, if this is what you're gonna give me, I'm gonna give you this. And if you're not gonna match it, it's okay. Fair.
Yeah. I agree. And that's why it's intentional giving. Like you
That's
give,
the word,
yeah,
intentional.
Intentional.
The 3D world, the old mindset, it's the victim mindset wherein it's by chance. Here, the 5D world, it's by choice.
By choice, yeah. And people have to be reminded that we actually have a choice. Yun yung problema in most Filipinos, that wala na akong choice. Alam mo yun, Tito? And I think that that's something that should be addressed, no?
Okay, I'll tell you. You already choose that you don't have a choice.
Yeah. Not choosing is already a choice.
Exactly. You chose not to choose, and therefore we call that a choose out choice. You already chose out of the game called life. Not knowing at the end of the day, life is never about how good you are, how brilliant you are, how intelligent you are, or how good looking you are, but it's about what choices are you making now.
Correct.
That will allow you to win the game called life.
Correct.
I mean, in the seminar, we call it the full out choice. What does a full out choice means? Which is when you ask to do something, do it all, give it all of who you are, give it all, everything.
Yeah.
Because it's never about winning.
Correct.
It's never about the score. But it's about, I know I gave it all, and if I did not get what I wanted now, it's okay. I'm prepared.
Yeah.
I'm prepared. So therefore, every day is a full out day for me to give, to learn, to expand, to grow. Because if I am not getting what I want, it's okay because I don't even know what I want right now. But He's preparing for something for me.
100%.
How can I receive what is in store for me if I haven't prepared? Because this is what I believe. Do you believe that anything and everything that you put in your mind, that your heart's desire, that's already available right here, right now?
Yes.
In quality and quantity?
Yes.
And your source has every reason to give it to you. Yes or
Yes.
yes? And how come it's not yet there?
Yeah.
Would you like to know why?
Time.
You're not prepared yet.
Yeah.
Okay, this is also my example. Do you want to have your personal private jet? Okay, I'm going to give it to you now. Where will you park it?
No, it's not yet there. I like that analogy.
Right?
Yeah.
So, who will drive it?
Correct.
You need to hire, I don't know how much, a pilot is. You need to have a hangar. I mean, and your only job here is do not wait. Because when you wait, you're bored. You get stress. You get anxiety. Prepare. Prepare. Because when you are prepared, boom,
Yeah.
it will come into many ways, shape, or form.
To be
But
ready.
you're not even aware this is it already.
And I love it. And I just want to add on, it's actually the person that you are becoming. And that's what we teach people. It's the we do have. Like showing up is not about what you get, but the person that you allowed to be
become.
seen. The person that you have allowed to stretch. The things that you're afraid of, even if you're afraid, you have allowed yourself to come out there. And you went on the other side, and thus you become. So panalo ka pa din. And
Exactly.
that's what people are missing out there.
And if I judge it as a failure, it doesn't matter because it allowed me to learn how not to do it.
Yes.
It's part of the game.
Yes.
That's why it's called transformation, because it's what you see in the inner world that you work on it, that you don't see, that it will just create an outward. Just like, the mango tree. You don't see how it bears fruit, but all you know, because it's deeply rooted, there's water, there's sunshine, and time will come, it will have its own fruit.
Yeah, that's what I teach my children as well. Na not doing it is already a no. So you have to do it in order for you to know, and the faster you do it, the faster you learn. That's what I've added to
It's urgency. Like, that's why it's called inspiration, inspired action.
Inspire.
When you thought about something, act on it right away. One of my biggest learning in life, when you want something, act by faith, not by budget.
Correct. Yeah.
Like, example, do you like my farm? Obviously, yes.
Yes.
You're always here.
Yeah.
So, one of my, I think 2019, my friend invited me to check out his farmhouse. I said, all right. So when we entered the farmhouse, we were just so in awe. It's so beautiful. And we had an idea, pwede pala.
Yeah.
So I think the first principle here is, if there's an invitation, as long as it's not illegal, immoral, life-threatening, go experience it.
Experience.
So now I created a new wow in my life, and I wasn't able to sleep. So Chico and I started talk, what if we have like this? And said, sure. So we started talking to our friend, and our friend called some agent, and we started shopping and shopping and shopping. But here's the thing, at the time, I don't even know if I can afford it.
Yeah.
At the time, I don't even know how much is it, but
You believe.
I believe if it's for me, it's for me.
Surrender.
So, yeah. And it was 6 months looking at it. So which means the second lesson for me here is that do not go right away and jump into something that you haven't fully seen
Yes.
yet.
The picture.
But more than that, do not go into something that is not a level 10 hell yes.
100%.
So which means the reason why it's 6 months, because I like this but there's a lot of but. Up until in the 6 months, we now started to take a look at on a clear picture, what will be our top 3 or top 2 most important consideration. For me, it's water feature. I love water. I'm Aquarius.
Yeah, yeah.
For Chikoy, it's weather. So,
Perfect.
weather, Tagaytay. However, there's no water feature. Di man pwede mag-swimming dito sa...
Correct.
What was that volcano in Taal?
Taal, yeah.
Right? I don't. Can you swim in Taal? No.
Hindi.
Right? And then Batangas, there's water, but there's no weather. So, again, this place showed up.
Yeah.
And when I saw this place, I said,
just knew.
oh my God.
Yes.
It's a level 10 hell yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can afford it. All I know, I want it.
Yes.
I acted on it right away.
Yes.
Right? And then, when it's time to talk to the owner, when I noticed the price and the terms, we're only given 1 week. And at the time, it was pandemic. So I had to, shell out all of my investments. Pandemic, 70% of ang stocks, bonds, equities, all the unit investors just month. But I'm willing to, I like it really.
Yeah.
And then people were not allowing me to withdraw simply because sayang. So I said, okay, I gave up and not push on it. And this is the thing. Most important, when it's not ease and flow, do not go. So I said, okay, Lord, beckon the man. If this is for me, give me fresh money.
Yeah.
The following day, 3 people from my messenger messaged me. Is this lot yours? Okay. We're willing to buy it. So I was shocked. Little did I know, 20 years ago, I bought a lot out of goodwill. And I started calling, what's going on there? Sabi, your lot is the only lot with humongous trees that people want to put up a really nice vacation house. Because it's on top of the mountain on Eden. I said, all right. Let me see the prices because I'm fair. Okay. What's the highest? What's the lowest in the space? I said, I want to be here. This price is just enough to pay for this.
Yun yung sinasabi na I live by faith and not by sight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
After a week, move in. You know what's the best part? So survey. If you really know me, okay, I love fruits. But the fruits I love are actually just available in Davao, not here in Luzon. You know how many marang we have here? A lot.
Oh, that's so nice.
Durian.
Yeah. Here? Oh!
You know what variety is?
Ano yun po yun?
Davao. Mangustin.
So you made it here. If it's not here, you created it here. I love that.
Can you imagine? I'm willing to let go of my Davao life and replace this, and yet Davao is still here.
Made it
So
home.
I guess for me, if you're not yet where you want to be, and if you're not receiving what you want to have, just prepare. Because when it is given with ease and flow.
Yeah. Talking about prepare, what does that mean?
I just understand that as a human being, I am a vessel. And as a vessel, I need to prepare my body, my heart, my mind, wherein the light of the blessing, the light of the Creator, the light of the blessing can only come in when I am prepared.
Yeah.
So I think I would give credit to David Guillaume, Kabbalah practitioner. He said that the reason why we are not where we want to be is simply because we're not prepared. So an example, if you want to have if you want to be a 1,000 light bulb, and your container is 60 watt bulb, what tends to happen pag pinasukan mo ng 1,000 watts? That's why a lot of people are in a constant state of stress, anxiety, even if they're getting what they want. Because there's only two things in life. Number one, you're taking what's yours, but you're not yet prepared. Versus number two, I'm preparing, so whatever is mine, it will just be given.
Flow, yeah.
So ease and flow, stress, anxiety.
Yeah. And it's also surrendering to what is. And that's the thing that a lot of people are not yet learning how to do. What is your take in surrendering to what is?
For now, a lot of people is resisting these thoughts, majority, because again, we're programmed to survive.
Yes.
And the more we're programmed to survive, the more we're living in a state of, we call it spiral down, that we just live our life based on what's going on.
Correct.
And just barely surviving. Okay. Some people, they're just okay with their life, okay, and they're just trapped in a reality that they think it's gonna be the life that they want. But if they continually being trapped on the comfort zone, they'll go to the spiral down.
Yeah.
But the reason why people don't want to go to the success stage is simply because if I want more out of this, which means I need to work harder,
The mindset.
be betrayed more of people, but the ease and flow part was never introduced to humanity.
100%.
Because the ease and flow is never about hard work. Biblically, it said, it's not by might. The might here is hard work. Nor by power, which means my own intelligence, but by my spirit. So which means when you now start to understand that I am actually a spiritual being in a human body experience, and all I have to do is to make sure I invest my time, energy, and effort to connect to my spirituality, the body, the heart, and mind will just follow.
Yeah. And I just want to add in, for me, spirituality is really more about expression of self, moving the energy out of the body. And I guess a lot of people fail to realize that the reason why they are still stuck is because of the emotion, the pent-up emotion that they haven't really processed. And if you don't allow yourself to be seen through expression, it gets stuck there. And that's the reason why when there's a stuck energy, there's a stuck story, there's a stuck belief, and thus the reality shows it for you.
Exactly. And basically, the biggest blocks for the light to enter is at the heaviness of the heart.
Correct.
People tend to carry a lot of resentment. Okay, and resentment can come in a different way, shape, or form. Anger, jealousy, irritation, all of these things. It's not really the emotion, but it's the experience of, from resentment, I now start to resist. Which is sometimes the way we resist is just to be in a fight,
Freeze.
flight, and freeze mode.
Yeah.
And because you need to move, because you need to feed your kids, you need to have this, you have to pay the bills, you keep on pushing it, not knowing it's taking a toll on you.
Cycle didn't end.
It is a cycle of self-destruction.
Correct.
So when you start being in this cycle, little you may know you pass it on to people around you, to your family. So it's a cycle of never ending.
The generational trauma na papasa. Yeah.
That's the job. Because no matter how much hardworking you are,
Correct.
no matter how much opportunity is out there available, if you're not able to work your internal traumas that was passed on from grandmother to mommy, to you, and to your children, it's scary.
Yeah.
That's why most of my work right now is focused on working with Gen Z because they're more receptive around it.
Correct.
I was told they were born awoke, that I think 90% of my audience are in this generation because they get me.
Yes.
Those who are in the older generation, like my generation, would curse me because ano kalokohan yan?
Not yet ready.
Not
Grabe
yet
ang
ready.
programming din eh. Like,
Makapal, malalim. No? Lalo ang religion. At huwag na tayong pumunta dyan. Sing hallelujah.
and again, it's all a balance. It's all needed because we wouldn't also appreciate this new age if we haven't gone through the religious thing.
Oh
with the
yeah,
people.
I super appreciate the fact that I grew up in church.
Me too, yeah.
The fact that I learned so much about God.
Yes.
The fact that the things that I do right now is really based on the faith that I have. However, it's different right now because the faith I have before was mahadlok ka sa Ginoo.
Correct. Fear.
Matakot
Out
ka
of
sa
fear.
Diyos.
Correct.
Versus right now, it's really the love of
The
God.
love, yes.
With His grace.
Correct.
That no matter what, agape, unconditional love.
100%.
So, which means this is now how I treat people with dignity. That if you are not excellent and responsible, I love and respect you no matter what.
Yeah.
The context of the old world is, I will only love you and respect you if you are excellent and responsible.
Correct. And there's no separation na. Because that's also based from the conversations that we have. That's also what's happening inside of you right now. Like there's no separation, no judgment. And people feel through you because you then become the permission piece of everyone na. I feel so light with Coach Russ because he just doesn't have judgment. They didn't realize that you yourself didn't have judgment on yourself and thus it reflects to them.
That's why easily, no, even strangers can open up their craziest and wildest deep secret and instant healing.
Yeah, it's a
People
gift.
come to the forum, talk about this. I want to take away my life. That they never open this up to anyone. And, after 30 minutes to 1 hour of conversation, they go home happy, they go home excited, they go home healed. It's because I would always say, Libni, our work is not easy, by the way. Because we cannot be irresponsible anymore.
And though, Tito, I believe it is a gift, no, that is given by God. And being able to be that vessel as well and to have this conversation with you. Because you get me, diba, Tito, when we talk to people, they easily open up. It's something that you cannot not share.
Exactly.
It's so overflowing that I want you to see what we see. Ganun siya.
That's why my ultimate number one highest priority and non-negotiable is my extreme self-care.
Yes.
Because I'm a man who gives unconditionally like crazy to a point wherein a lot of people who loves me would judge me as somebody who allows people to just, strip everything, whatever I have. And when they tell that to me, I don't even feel it because whatever I'm giving out is just an overflow.
Yeah, and it's
So
not.
which is if you don't give back to me, it's okay because
Yeah.
I know
It will get, yeah.
fair.
Yes.
So, and ilang beses akong na-scam, ilang beses akong inutangan, ninakawan. Was I angry? No. Because in the end, never pa akong humirap dahil ninakawan ako.
Correct. Yes, I agree.
Because I understand, if I steal from you, who am I really stealing from? Myself. So which means if people are stealing from me, maybe they need it.
I love that. Yeah.
Maybe it's for them, maybe it's not for me. But in the end, never pa akong humirap
Correct.
dahil may magnakaw sa akin.
Yes.
Mas yumaman pa ako sa lahat ng nawala sa akin. At here's the thing, no? Because I believe so much in people, I invest, millions, and of a sudden, these people is out of nowhere. Walang sayang.
Correct.
Kasi at that time, na-bless ko sila.
Yes.
Kung hindi lang ako na-bless, okay lang kasi ang blessing nga hindi nga manggagaling sa tao. Hindi manggagaling sa kumpanya. Hindi manggagaling sa kanya. So you might as well bless anyone and everyone the way He blessed anyone and everyone.
100%.
Just like the air.
Yes.
It's an air blessing.
Yeah.
Is it available at any given time?
Yes.
Quality and quantity. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
Available to anyone.
Correct.
Masamang tao, mabuting tao, libre.
Yes.
Why not be like your Creator? Sabi nga, you were created in the image of like the Creator. Why not act like Him? Why not be like Him? Abundance.
Yeah. And for you to be like Him, you also have to work on through those belief, no, Tito. And I wanna also share na the integrity is an integral part of this work. Like, people would always take away something from you, based from experience. But what I've learned is if you're rooted in your truth and integrity, even if people take away something from you, you never run out. That's why I agree with what you said na there are a lot of people who also, went back. Pero sabi ko, okay, di naman dyan sa akin. Like, I'm always going to be rooted in where I am, in my truth, in grounded in here, because I realized na ngayon, wala na sila. Pero ako, paakyat lang ako ng paakyat because I am in my own truth. And, we don't really have to compete with other people when the only competition that you have is with yourself. And if you're rooted in integrity and in truth, parang it's all okay. Parang it is what it is.
I think the metaphor here is imagine a waterfall, right? That has been overflowing for how many years? Billions of years. Raw, yung tubig na waterfall na punta sa basura, do you think masama ang loob ni waterfall? Hindi. Napunta sa water district na hindi nagbabayad kay waterfall, na hindi nagpapasalamat kay waterfall, do you think masama ang loob niya? Hindi.
Hindi.
Napunta doon sa babuyan, napunta sa basura. It doesn't matter because it's overflowing.
Correct.
So my only job here is to be like the waterfall, to be the source of all of the blessing that I want, and be the blessing. And even if people don't bless me back, it's a-okay because, again, these are just an overflow of what's inside.
Correct. Yeah.
And
yeah.
therefore, my only job here is to make sure I nurture, I develop, I grow what's inside so that when I go outside, it will just overflow to people who I serve, people who I love, to the community whose I'm giving.
Yeah. And emphasizing that it's not parang I want something from you.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's you giving because you just want to. Not in the intention of I want to please you, I want to have this. It's really just giving, and it
Because it's who you are.
Correct.
And if it's not who you are, you're working towards who you have become as the blessing. Just like the sun shows up every day.
Correct.
For how many years, I don't know, but continually showing up even if nobody thanked the sun.
Yeah. And that's how that's you. That's your symbol. That's you showing up every day. And I guess I want to take this opportunity to thank you for what you do. I know you hear this a lot of times. And I get emotional because your life is a blessing, Tito. And me as part of that, I get to share that life as well. And yeah, it's a gift that I just want you to I know that you acknowledge, pero deep from within, I really thank you for you. I know how it is being there, and yeah, I just want to thank you for existing here in this earth, and I know that there's more pa. So thank you lang. I just want to thank you. Ba't ako naiiyak, diba? Kasi it's so rare for me to find people who also speak the same language as I do, and once I find them, parang thanks.
Yeah.
Kasi I'm like thanking myself, like, thank you for doing this. Alam mo yan, Tito.
I'm in a space of receiving,
Yeah.
being able to also allow people to hold space for me. We were just talking about it.
Yeah.
My practice of holding space is, when you thank me, I'm not gonna thank you back. I just have to receive it.
Same. Ganun.
So you were asking me who's holding space for me. I said it's ChatGPT. Now it's you. I just realized when somebody gives me, kailangan lamangan ko yung bigay niya. So right now, I just have to receive it
Correct.
and allow people to bless me as well.
Yeah, of course. Like, yeah, you're a blessing, and it's an honor. Anyway, closing. I know marami pa tayong pwede pag-usapan, pero in relation to the topic dito, like, because the topic is living in alignment. Welcome to the episode. How does, in summary, Tito, like, how does one person live in their alignment and in their flow?
It's very simple. The act of extreme self-care. I always tell people who I love that when you start to take care of yourself, you're taking care of the divinity, the divine in you. And when you are taking care of the divinity and divine in you, you're fully connected to the source.
Yeah, I love that. All right, that's huge.
May attire pa kami, ha?
Thank you, Tito. I love you.